Prepare to be a Walmart greeter if you don't save for retirement. But AI robots may replace greeters. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance put out by Business Insider and written by Ali Kelly titled, "A 64-year-old peak boomer worries his savings and Social Security won't be enough to retire. My biggest fear is finding myself at 75 standing at the door at Walmart." Okay, my friends, I want to share my thoughts about this before I go on. First, this person needs to be sensitive to the fact that there are people who are 75 years old who are working the door at Walmart, and some take that job very seriously. Some are on their feet for hours, and they often need to interact with rude customers. Some also have gusts of cold air hitting them in the face in the wintertime. I have no doubt some are not treated with respect like they deserve. Now, I do think this individual should be worried that Social Security won't be enough. For quite some time now, I've been warning people that Social Security will likely not be enough unless you have a modest home in good condition that is paid off with low property taxes, low insurance, and no HOA fees. If you plan to retire a renter without a spouse and all you have is Social Security, life could be very tough. The average monthly Social Security retirement benefit in January 2024 was $1,907. I suspect the small cost of living adjustments provided by Social Security in the future are not going to help you crush it during your retirement years. Getting back to the article, the author referenced a man who is 64 years old who earns $65,805 per year and wants to buy a used sailboat and spend his retirement years traveling around the Caribbean and South America. He is putting money in an IRA and a 401k, but he isn't confident he will have enough money to retire. He wants to start collecting Social Security before his 67th birthday. He said his biggest fear is finding himself at 75 standing at the door at Walmart greeting people as they come in. Well, my friends, here are my thoughts. If I were in his situation and I had this fear, I would not draw Social Security at age 67. I would delay until age 70 so that I could receive the largest monthly benefit for life. I also would not want to travel to the Caribbean and South America in old age. I'd worry about the health systems there. I'd prefer to stay close to hospitals here in America in the event I had a medical emergency. I'll share two stories with you. When I was younger, I traveled to the Caribbean and I was on the beach. There were these huge waves that day. I went out in the water, I was body surfing in the waves, and it really took a lot of energy out of me. I came back to the beach, I laid down in the sand, and then a woman started screaming because she saw her husband wash up on the shore. He had been sucked under the waves, and the sand that was churning around in the waves washed into his mouth. He was on the beach with sand packed in his mouth. Someone called for emergency services, but they took forever to get there. He ended up passing away on the beach. While this was happening, the locals were selling pineapple drinks like this was no big deal. Apparently, life was not worth much in that part of the world. The locals cared more about selling their pineapple drinks. I think about that day quite often, and it makes me reluctant to want to live in other parts of the world. I also wonder what could have been done to save that man's life. Could someone have cut a trach in his throat so air could have gotten in, or was the sand completely compressed in his throat? We will never know. My second story pertains to another trip to the Caribbean on a cruise. A person got very sick on the cruise ship, and the ship doctor wanted the person transferred to a local hospital by ambulance. I talked to a local man who asked me which hospital the person was being sent to. I told him I didn't know. He told me there were two hospitals there. One was a public hospital, and the other was private and very expensive. He said if you go to the public hospital, you'll probably never leave alive. Again, this is why I wouldn't want to be traveling around the Caribbean or South America by sailboat during my retirement years. I wouldn't want to do that when I was young, and I certainly wouldn't want to do that in my late 60s, 70s, or 80s. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. Maybe I'm missing out by not risking my life on a small, used sailboat in foreign waters. I wish this man from the story the best. I really hope he can realize his dream of traveling around on a small, used sailboat. I just hope he stays safe and really thinks this one through. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. One commenter said he should take some of his savings and rent a sailboat for a month. I guarantee at the end of the month, he will turn that sailboat in and stay on dry land forever. I'm going to share my thoughts regarding this comment. I agree with this person 100%. I've known people who thought they were going to love owning an RV. It was their dream to travel around the US and Canada in an RV. That didn't last very long, and then they were stuck with an expensive depreciating liability. Everyone I know who bought an expensive RV lived to regret it. I am sure the same holds true with a sailboat. You better make sure you love it and want to do it long term before making the investment. The next commenter said, I totally understand how you are feeling Social Security is a total joke. If you live in a major urban area, the income, even if you earn the max in Social Security, barely pays your basic expenses. Walmart does hire seniors as store greeters, but that could be a bit hard on your legs. I am glad that I started saving in my late 30s and know I have a comfortable income from my portfolio. Social Security must be revamped to give seniors an income that they can survive on. Here are my thoughts about this comment. Walmart may be hiring seniors as store greeters right now, but what is going to happen in the future? They may have a human-like robot powered by AI that can greet people. It really could happen. Artificial intelligence could replace a lot of jobs in the near future. Walmart already has self-checkout systems, so they don't need as many employees. Why wouldn't they get human-like robots to function as greeters and save on the hourly wages they are paying to greeters? Companies that transition to AI robots to replace some human capital can't take out many dead peasant life insurance policies. Walmart actually took out dead peasant life insurance policies in the past on some employees. If you've never heard of that, you should look it up. It's a practice that Walmart engaged in previously that resulted in them reaping financial gain after some employees passed away. I have no idea if they are still doing this. I know there was some legislation in 2006 that required transparency around opening corporate-owned life insurance on employees. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I read another interesting article today. This one was on Yahoo Finance, put out by Go Banking Rates, and written by Jake Safane, titled, 4 Reasons Americans Over Retirement Age Are the Fastest Growing Workforce and How Long They're Expected to Work. According to the author, 9% of individuals 75 plus are still working, up from 4% in 1987. This is according to Pew Research. Altogether, Americans ages 75 and older are the fastest growing age group in the workforce. Well, my friends, I have mixed feelings about all of this. Some older people have a lot of wisdom. Many could greatly benefit the companies that they work for. They might even rub off on some of the younger generations in the workforce. I'm sure some of these older people are still working because they want to stay active mentally and physically. However, I feel bad for those who didn't save for retirement and are in a situation where they need to keep working because they can't survive without the extra income. The author said many older Americans stay in the workforce because they don't have enough retirement income. Many simply don't have enough saved, especially amid rising costs. Here are my thoughts. I think this trend may continue and get worse as time goes on. With the high cost of living today, many people in younger generations won't be able to save anything meaningful to sustain themselves on during retirement. However bad the retirement crisis in America is today, I suspect it will be far worse in the future. If you agree with me, Tell me about it in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.